You will need a few materials to make your cinder clutch. I am using cotton yarn by Lion brand, but you can also use acrylic yarn. I just like the feel of cotton better. And you can tell it's a medium weight yarn. It says to pair it with a 4mm hook. However, I always use 5mm hooks for my crochet stuff, and my bag turned out fine. So you can use a 4mm hook or a 5mm hook, depending on your yarn. You'll need a pair of scissors, some needles to sew in your ends, and a snap to hold your clutch closed. I found these cute ones at Michael's the other day. Make sure you get 2 skeins of yarn because we are going to double the yarn up to make the clutch more dense. Also, my snaps for some reason require a hammer, but not all snaps do. You're going to get 2 strings from your 2 skeins of yarn. You're going to line them up, and now you're going to make a slip knot. For my slip knots, I use my middle finger and my pointer finger. I wrap the strings away from me, crossing over, making an X. Take the strings that are hanging down, wrap them around, coming over and making an X. And I don't pick up the first strings, I pick up the second strings. And then I'm going to pull them over, grabbing the tails and pull up. And now I have my slip knot. And this is where you're going to chain your desired length. For me, I'm going to chain 36 because I just want to fit a phone in my clutch. But if you want something bigger or bulkier, you might have to chain more. It just depends on your preference. For my clutch, it's going to be about this long. So now you're just going to chain. You're going to wrap your hook away from you and pull up a loop. That's 1. Wrap your hook away from you, pull up a loop. That's 2. 3. 4. 35. And 36. So now I've chained my 36. Once you chain your desired width, then you can insert a double crochet and a half double crochet into the second chain from your hook. So not this first V-stitch, but this second V-stitch is what we're going to be working into. For a double crochet, you have to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. I'm going to make sure I don't pull through all. And then you have to yarn over and pull through 2. And now you have to do a half double crochet. A half double crochet is when you yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and this time you're going to pull through all 3. And now I've done a double crochet, half double crochet, and for this pattern we are going to skip the next stitch and then work a double crochet and a half double crochet into the following stitch. So we are going to yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you can see right here where we skipped that stitch. And now we're going to insert a half double crochet, so we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And now we're going to continue this pattern all the way down, so you're going to skip the next stitch, and then you're going to insert a double crochet and half double crochet into the following stitch. And now I'm just going to continue inserting double crochets and half double crochets and skipping 1. Now we're going to meet back at the end of this row. I'm almost done with my first row, so I'm going to insert a double crochet and half double crochet. And then now I'm going to skip 1. And now I have my last stitch. Well, for your last stitch, you're always going to insert 1 half double crochet at the end. So you're just going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through all 3. Perfect. Now you're going to chain 1 and turn your work clockwise. You're going to repeat the pattern by inserting a double crochet and a half double crochet, skipping 1, double crochet, half double crochet. And you are going to insert into the second stitch from your hook. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, half double crochet, and so forth. And then you're just going to skip, double crochet, half double crochet all the way down, and we're going to meet back at the end of this row 2. We are almost done with row 2. And now you might notice that this stitch is hard to see. Do not forget this last one. This is the last one we're going to insert a half double crochet into. So I'm just going to yarn over, and basically it's right here. So I'm going to insert my hook right there into my V and bring it up, yarn over, pull through all. So always make sure you do the half double crochet into that last stitch. And now we are going to continue this pattern just back and forth, and basically our pouch is just one long rectangle. I am making my clutch 11 inches long with the 8-inch width, but you can do different measurements if you want your pouch bigger or smaller. I'm going to do one more row with y'all, and then I'm going to let you loose on this pattern. So we are going to chain 1, and now we're going to turn our work, and into this stitch we're going to insert a double crochet, and a half double crochet. And now you're gonna skip 1, double crochet, half double crochet, skip 1, double crochet, half double crochet all the way down, and we're gonna insert a half double crochet at the end. All right, now I'm at the end of my 3rd row, and now I'm just gonna yarn over and find my last stitch, which is right here. I'm gonna insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And then we'll chain 1 and start my 4th row. And now we are going to meet back once you've completed the length of your project that you want. So I've made my clutch as long as I want it, and right now it is 11 inches long with a 8-inch width. So now we're going to start folding our clutch, and you want the outside to be on the ground right now, and this is going to be the inside. So we are going to fold it up as long as you want it, and then we're going to fold this down, and you can just guesstimate where you want to put it, but I might move mine a little bit up, and then I'm going to insert my button around here. Now we have to seal our sides, so once you know how far you want this up, you can just keep that folded. And let's see, I might want to move mine a little bit farther up. Move that down. Perfect. And now we are going to single crochet our sides together. And also, this is where you can cut where you were crocheting before. And you can just pull this up, because we're going to start in a new place to insert our single crochets. So we are going to make a slip knot. We're going to wrap it around, away from us. Get the 2nd string and pull over. And once we have our slip knot, now we're going to have to find 2 spots that are like even. So I'm going to insert right here. Perfect. I'll put my string on and tighten it. I'm going to pull my string through, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through for my first single crochet. And now find a spot that's even again on your work. Pull through, yarn over, and pull through both. And then again, find a spot that's somewhat even. Pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. And now continue this all the way till you get right here. Now we're on our last stitch. Perfect. We are going to have to single crochet around until we get to this side, and then we're going to single crochet that side up. And you just kind of have to guesstimate, because there's no specific holes for the single crochet. Alright, so I've single crocheted all the way up, as you can see, and now in each corner, so there's only 2 corners right here and this side, you need to insert 3 single crochets. So right here, I can tell that's somewhat of a corner. We're going to insert 3 single crochets just so it turns nicely. And then we're going to go right into these stitches. And what's nice about the top is there are stitches that you can work into compared to the sides. Alright, so now we're at the second corner where we're going to insert 3 single crochet, and a little while ago this is where we had to cut our yarn, and we're just going to weave in this end real quick before we insert our 3 single crochets. So I just like to get this as tight as I can, find a little place where I can insert my hook, pull up the string, and then I just insert this back through to make a knot. Perfect, and now I just weave my yarn through to hide the string. So now you're going to continue inserting your single crochet along this last row. And now we've made it to the corner. And let's say, I'm going to say the corner's right here, so I'm going to insert 3 single crochets. And just continue working single crochets down until you reach where you have, I don't know what this would be called, where you have your 2 sections. So over here, how we did the single crochets up, we're going to do that on this part too. So just single crochet to about here, and then we'll regroup. Now we're at the pouch part, and this is where we've already single crocheted this side and we need to single crochet this side. So this is where, make sure it's even wherever you're starting at, and we're just going to single crochet all the way down until we hit the bottom. And make sure you're inserting your hook through both, yarning over, pulling through. Also, make sure that you are single crocheting this and not slip stitching it down, because I did slip stitch one of the pouches I made and it came apart eventually. So I don't know if it just because it wasn't as dense as this one. I'll just make sure that you're single crocheting, double crocheting, anything where it's thicker than slip stitching. Alright, and now we have finished the pouch part, so that is sealed up. And now we just have to do the button and we'll be done. Alright, for your button, you're going to find a spot that works well for you. You can bring your measuring tape in at this time if you want to measure to make sure it's right smack dab in the middle. And we are going to single crochet right here to make a little loop to hold that closed. And then we're going to single crochet down this side. But for right now, I'm just going to put the button on. My button, I have a front and back. My button may be different than yours. Mine requires a hammer. My other buttons I've used have been just like snap-on buttons. So it just depends on which one you buy. Okay, I'm gonna insert my button right over here somewhere. Somewhere somewhat even, perhaps. Alright. And if I put that on top, we can tell that that's pretty much even. Okay, so for my button, I got the back on. I'm gonna put this top section on. And I'm just gonna hit it and hope it sticks. This looks really goofy, but you don't have to get buttons like this. We are gonna make our last row of single crochets, and you're gonna begin by making a slip knot. Turn our pouch around, find a corner space. So right here is gonna be a good spot. Add your yarn on, tighten it up, pull up a loop, and now you're just gonna yarn over and pull through. And now insert your hook into the next spot, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and now continue this till you're around right here, right before you get to your button, and I'll show you what to do. Alright, so now we've single crocheted our way across, and now once we're in the middle, there should be 2 stitches underneath your button, and we are going to single crochet into one of those, and then I'm going to chain 7, and this is going to be the little strap to like hook your button on. Your number might depend on like how big your button is, so if it's like too loose when you try and strap it on or too tight, then just change the amount of chains you need. So I'm going to do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you're going to single crochet back into where you single crocheted at, right there. And now you are just going to single crochet all the way across till you get to your little corner space. Alright, and now that you're at the end, you can just cut your string. I've already cut my string, and you're just going to pull it tight. And now we're just going to weave in our ends and we'll be done.